Welcome back to the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series. I'm your host, Misha Johnson. And of course, every episode of our show, we feature the Monster Energy Sled Next Invasion Tour. And I'm staying next to my good friend, PT Paul Thacker. So, Paul, here we are, the last race of the season. What do you guys have in store for us?
You know, we've pulled out all the stops, bringing in some extra riders for this show. Obviously, the weather every year when we come to Geneva is impeccable. Short sleeve shirts, shorts. So it's going to be a high-flying act, just like always. But you know, there isn't anything left for us after this weekend, so we're definitely going to hang it out tonight. I pretty much go through the whole gamut of emotions at Geneva. I'm sad. I'm a little relieved. Anxious to do what we do and, you know, get back home because I don't get to go home very much in the winter. So.
No, that makes sense. You're a busy bee traveling the world. It goes by quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much, Paul. Be safe out there.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, you guys, we're going to head back to the racing, so let's go to our announcers in the booth. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, Misha Johnson. Round 2 qualifying of the AMSOIL Pro Open. It's round 2, heat 2. Again, another stout field. There you see the number 11. That is the NSK Skidoo of Tim Tremblay.
Stacking a little snow on the back of that heat exchanger, getting it cooled off. Mike, beautiful day out here. Temperatures are a little warm.
Boy, clear skies, 48, 50 degrees. What a great day for the last event of the year. All lined up on the starting grid, under starters' orders. It's green. Here they go. Martin not getting the best hole shot. On the outside, who is that? It's the number 19 National Guard Polaris. That's Brett Bender.
Bender with a great shot right off the bat. Mike pulls out to the lead early.
Looks like Steve Taylor in that battle, along with the 255 of Andrew Johnstead. Down the downhill they come. And here's the game of chicken again.
Almost 3 wide coming in, but something's got to give, and it looks like there's a pass made down in that corner.
There you see Dan Ebert as he is in third, right behind the number 2 Warner Racing Skidoo of Steve Taylor. So it's Bender, Taylor, and Ebert.
What a great battle we got going here. Johnstead also up in the mix as you watch him come across the AMSOIL finish line.
But Brett Bender, we've talked about the tough year that he has had so far, looking very impressive here in this last round of qualifying.
You know, Mike, he got out in front here. He's got good, clean vision, and here's another battle right behind him.
Well, it was Taylor and Ebert. They were going bar to bar. Oh, and Taylor gets a ski up the back of Danny Ebert's sled, pushes up that snow flap, and let's see what develops. And look who's sneaking up on the outside. Mr. Tremblay takes them both.
Tremblay goes to the outside, that bobble in the corner, and those two battling. It opens it up for Tremblay.
So the NSK Skidoo now positioned in second. Ebert taking that Speedworks Arctic Cat into third, but not for long as Taylor gets by him again.
What a great battle going on the uphill.
It is Brett Bender out in front. We watch him and then come back up. Let's go back to a replay and see what happened. Here's Ebert on the uphill. He gets right ahead of Taylor, and then Taylor a little contact.
Puts that ski up into the tunnel, and that slows him up, and that opens it up for Tremblay as he sees that, gets to the outside, and look at him just rampant to the outside on that downhill and takes them both. Puts him down a couple of marks.
Boy, Steve Taylor's lucky he held on there, too. He looked like he may have caught an edge. That sled all over, but it is Tremblay out front. And now look at who's starting to pressure Tremblay. Ross Martin has moved his way up as we move into later laps, and he now putting some pressure on the number 11 NSK Skidoo.
What a great battle. We know these two have been battling in both classes throughout the year, but look at Martin. He's just so smooth on the track, and he's going to put some pressure on Tremblay.
We'll watch them as they come back, telling, of course, Brett Bender, keep going, keep going. You got a good run going. Look at the lead that he's got. He is way out in front of this field as he goes up to the top side around the Skidoo sweeper one more time.
What a fun section of the track to watch, Mike. It gets really holed out, and it gives him a great ramp and a great view here as they come down the big hill.
There's the big downhill. He'll get down to that rhythm section before they make the hard right-hander and up the Polaris Assault. There you see him making the uphill. It's that short turn, just a matter of 10, 15 seconds away from the finish line.
Oh, and look at this. Martin makes the pass on Tremblay at the top of the hill late in the laps, Mike.
Man, I'll tell you what, Ross Martin worked hard to make that pass. Meanwhile, it is still Bender out front. He sees, of course, the checkered flag's ready at the AMSOIL finish line. He will take the win. It will be Martin in second, Tremblay in third. And here's the rest of your finishing order. Let's send it down trackside to Misha Johnson.
This is a IQ Polaris, and this is the independent front suspension, the same suspension used on the Rush, the new Polaris, and the same suspension used on our race sled. It works unbelievably well in these big holes that we have here at Lake Geneva in this warm weather. And then we also couple that with our Fox shocks that we use, the Fox float on the front and the Fox Zero X on the back, with geometry and the tuning of it. We've got some of the best guys in the business here tuning on our suspension, so that makes a difference. Here at Geneva, we have some of the biggest holes of the season because of the warm conditions that we have, and the geometry of the Polaris suspension works the best here in these big holes.
When we return, host Misha Johnson takes you inside pit row. As the godfather of snowcross, Steve Shearing shows you how to properly put a sled to bed. In week 3 of the AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Series, the racers headed for the mountains and the Western Nationals at Rio Tinto Stadium in Sandy, Utah. First-year pro Tim Tremblay wrote a new chapter in snowcross history with his first victory in the Pro Open class and made Team Warnet proud.